We've just arrived in Antigua in southern Guatemala. We'll be here for a few weeks over the Christmas period. This is the central plaza, and you can see it's surrounded by colonial buildings. It was actually the capital of Guatemala until 1773, when a big earthquake destroyed it. There'd actually been a succession of big earthquakes, and that was just the straw that broke the camel's back, as they say. After that, they relocated the capital to Guatemala City. A lot of the architecture is from sort of mid-1500s to late 1700s. That's why it's been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. We're just having a bit of a wander around the city today. This is the San Jose Cathedral. It's built in the 16th century and has only partially been restored. This is another cathedral, perhaps the most important in the city. It's called La Antigua. Obviously, it was also completely destroyed by the earthquake. Destroyed for the second time. The second cathedral was built in the late 1600s. It would have been so impressive in its day. It's only been relatively recently that the city's become a real destination for tourists, and a lot of the restoration works happened. One of the things I love most about this place is that it's just surrounded by mountains, some of which are volcanoes, including one active volcano. It's covered by clouds today, but I'm sure we'll get a view of it later. We're heading back to our Airbnb now, and it's just down this street. Just show you inside. We've got this nice kitchen area and like a mezzanine kind of bedroom and bathroom upstairs. Antigua's such a pretty city. This used to be a hospital as well as a church. This is the Church and Convent of San Francisco. It's actually on quite a large site. It would have been just beautiful in its heyday. It was originally built in the mid-16th century, and like all buildings around here, was obviously damaged by an earthquake. Whilst the church has been restored, this convent section hasn't been. This is where the women would have done their washing. The city is just full of cafes and restaurants, and a lot of them have these gorgeous views. We're off to hike Volcan Antigua this morning. Got up really early, joined this tour. We're just starting to get glimpses of the volcano now, although the top is completely shrouded in clouds. We've just reached the start of the trail. I think up in this direction is the direction we're going to be heading in, and it's just thick fog and cloud. Hopefully that'll clear a bit later on.
Feeling strong.
Feeling strong.
We've come up almost 1,000 metres in the bus. I think Antigua's at about 1,500 metres and it's 2,400 metres here. The top's at about 4,000 metres, so we've got quite a way to go.
Todo bien.
Todo bien.
We'll actually be staying at what they call base camp tonight. It's just a few hundred metres down from the summit. The farmers' fields are starting to give way to this cloud forest. It looks so cool wrapped in mist like this. Also, I can just catch my breath whilst filming. It is quite tiring work.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good. A little cold, a little wet.
Better after a bit of lunch.
Yep. Ready to go.
Hey Ben, what do you think of the view?
Oh, it's about the same as the top of Kinabalu, I'd say.
That's true.
Well, the fog's starting to lift and the sun's coming out. We might get some views yet. This volcano actually has twin peaks, so we're just walking across one of them onto the second peak, and just round the other side is where the camp is. So it's fairly flat from here on. It's just such a barren landscape up here, isn't it? Even though there haven't been any eruptions here for millennia, but it looks like there have been. So the big draw to climbing this volcano is that from base camp you can see Fuego volcano. Fuego volcano is an active volcano and it's considered to be one of the most active volcanoes in the world. Well, we're just getting our first sightings of it now, and it's erupting. That is just so cool. So here we are at base camp. Fuego's erupting again. Got these cabins to sleep in, which is great actually. A lot of tours just offer tents. Since we arrived, it's just been glorious sunshine. We've just been sitting out on chairs by the camp area and watching Fuego erupt, which it has been doing pretty much every 5 minutes, really. Oh, and there it goes again. I don't think I could ever get bored of watching it. So cool to see the clouds down below us as well. It's a really pretty sunset tonight as well.
Ben, happy?
Yeah, I have wine, I have fire.
Guys are waiting for it to erupt. I'll join you.
Wow, that's massive. Wow.
Yeah, but like Australia is such. That's so cool.
After a lovely chilled evening around the campfire last night, I've got up at 4 o'clock this morning to come up to the summit to watch the sunrise from up here. See, there's a few people here already. Well, it does look really cool. but I have to say it is absolutely freezing up here. It's super windy and the temperatures are around 0 degrees. I don't think I'm going to stay here for very much longer. So we've come back down to base camp for a spot of breakfast. You can see it's a beautiful clear morning this morning. We have been so lucky with weather. And time to head back down now. Should be a fair bit quicker on the way back. We're not far from the start of the trail now. It's just been a wonderful experience. Just sitting there watching that volcano erupt last night was amazing. So glad we did it. We're back in Antigua now. The bus has just dropped us off. You can see just how clear it is. I think this has been the first day where we've actually seen the top of the volcano. See the one we climbed with the twin peaks and then Fuego, which has just erupted again, of course. Our legs are just so stiff today after that hike. So we're just doing some low-key stuff around the centre of town. This is the ruins of Convent Capuchina, 18th century nunnery. And this is Iglesia de la Merced. You get a great view from up here on the roof. That volcano is called Volcan Agua. It's too dangerous to climb. It's Christmas Eve and everywhere's looking so festive. Guatemalans celebrate Christmas tonight, so we're just meeting up with some friends and a few drinks.
Happy Christmas! Happy Christmas! Feliz Navidad! Feliz Navidad!
We're off on another hike today, this time to Volcan Pacaya. Sit in the distance there. We've joined a tour group to do this hike today. It's actually not very long. Walking's 2 or 3 hours in total. You can do it on a horse if you fancy.
How's it going, Ben?
Good, thanks. Hangover's clearing.
Guatemala has 4 active volcanoes in total, and this is another one of them. But it's relatively small at only around 2,500 metres. The lake down there is in a volcanic caldera. There's also a power plant tucked away down there that creates electricity and the geothermal activity. It's a good view of the lava field from up here. The last big eruption was in 2010. We're actually looking down upon 3 different lava flows here. The most recent one was from 2021.
Yeah, they're warm. Definitely warm.
Yeah, they're not like baking hot, but they are warm.
You can see the different lava flows by the different colours of the rocks. The darkest is the most recent.
You want the cookie? You want the cookie?
That's not the funny part about it.
Yeah.
Gracias.
Es un crisis.
Really need more practice. Okay.
Shove it in.
And they hired, they were like 2 different PR agencies that were working against her. She had a
How's your first volcano cooked s'mores?
yes of
Great.
Yeah.
It might be my first s'mores.
All right, okay.
Is it cooking?
Very good.
Your company have laid on a nice lunch for us. Make your own burrito wrap. This section feels more like skiing than walking. It'll be absolutely filthy after this. Of course, this is the other way to do it. It's a circular walk, which is really nice. Quite a pretty path on the way down. We're nearly at the end of the trail now. It's been a really nice day out. Really interesting seeing those lava flows. Antigua is full of these pretty little courtyards. This one's surrounded by restaurants and bars. And we're reminiscing a little bit about our past holidays today because we've come for a Vietnamese meal. I've got a bowl of pho. Ben's got a banh mi and some Vietnamese coffee. May not be quite as good as in Vietnam, but it's not a bad approximation. It's a glorious morning today, really clear and sunny. I thought we'd come out for a little bit of brekkie. It's just such a beautiful restaurant, and they've got live music playing. I love these Spanish-style courtyard gardens. So pretty. After that delicious breakfast, we've come for a walk. This trail starts just outside a small town, about 10 miles from Antigua. It's really nice we can do this walk by ourselves. We don't need a tour company. Farmer's hard at work this morning. You really can see for miles from up here. Heading back down now. It's a circular walk, which is nice. It's a bit steeper on the way down though. Got a taxi here, but we're hoping to get the chicken bus back. That was very easy. It's always fine getting a bus from a smaller town to a major city. It's just impossible the other way around. There's just no information anywhere about any of the buses. It's New Year's Eve and the town are gearing up for a party. In the Central Plaza, and there's live music on the stage over there. Feeling that's going to be going on all night now.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Cheers!
Cheers! So we've gone for the local speciality, which all the Guatemalans eat on a special occasion like this.
Pepiam de tres carnes.
And mine is a veggie version.
That meal was really tasty. It's like a stew. It's nice. I'm back down to the main plaza and the live music's still on and the fireworks have started. So all that's left to say is to wish you all a very happy New Year. Quiet day tomorrow and then we're heading up again. So this is really the ending of our time here in Antigua. Happy New Year!
everyone.